The SecFutur Process tool supports users to create the SecFutur Core Security Metamodel defined by the SecFutur Consortium. The Core Security Metamodel, abbreviated to CSM, describes the language and rules to express the security knowledge and security concerns of a domain. The SecFutur Consortium works as a CSM designer role, and this profile generates the version 2.6 of the agreed Core Security Metamodel. This CSM is based on the knowledge of the security engineering community. It has been developed and updated with the feedback and comments from all the SecFutur partners, improving its capabilities and functionalities to achieve all the requirements discovered using the SecFutur engineering process. When the CSM is created, the SecFutur process tool starts a validation system. A package of constraint and designing rules is created to check that any modification to the model does not invalidate it. The CSM is composed of a collection of metaclasses associated and modeled in a specific way. Due to the complexity of the CSM, it is divided into 6 different expertise sub-metamodels, each one focused on a specific field. The properties submodel contains a definition of the security property and its required concepts to model it. The main element is a security property metaclass, representing the most important security component in the next phase of the modeling process. The domain submodel defines the domain of the security elements and some characteristics related to it. All the elements included in the same metamodel belong to the same concrete domain. The main metaclass specifies the domain itself, and it is essential to classify and separate the security knowledge. The requirement submodel defines a representation of security requirements and associated elements to describe its behavior and restrictions. The main components are the security requirement metaclass, which relates system elements with security properties, and the security solution, which specifies implementations of the security properties fulfilling the security requirements. The assurance submodel specifies the assurance and certification of the security properties. Each security property can have one or more assurances. They certify the verification and trust of the functionality offered by the modeled elements. The threat submodel specifies the threats and attacks of the associated security property. Threats are implemented by means of attacks, which are performed by attackers. This information is essential to describe the most important concerns of each security property. The last submodel defines the validation and verification of the security property against attacks by defining a test suite. Validation and verification are independent procedures, either dynamic or static. They are used together for checking that a product, service, or system meet the requirements and specifications to fulfill its intended purpose. Once the CSM designer finishes a metamodel, he can use available options in a SecFutur Process tool menu and update the CSM to the repository to be used in the next stage of the engineering process.